That's been really grabbing eyeballs all around is this big talk of the data breach. Over 90 ATMs of a certain private sector bank believed to have been compromised, and that has triggered a lot of preemptive action from different banks out there. State Bank of India, of course, cancelling as many as 6 lakh debit cards is what we understand, to ensure that their own customers don't get compromised. We have Rajiv Anand of Axis Bank now joining in. Rajiv, great to have you on the show. Thank you for taking this call. First, if you could just clarify to us whether there's been any impact on Axis Bank customers as well, in case you've taken any preemptive measures in relation to this data breach.
Yeah, like you rightly said, this is something that happened in September, and we have a strong fraud prevention and data analytics team. We were able to isolate, the set of customers who could have potentially been impacted. And we sent out SMSs to each one of these customers to reset their PIN with a different number. And where customers have not changed their PIN numbers, etc., we have blocked their cards and issued them fresh cards as well. This really isolates the problem, and as far as the customers are concerned, they are once again safe to be able to use their cards.
Can you tell us the number of customers that you estimated were perhaps impacted or were at risk?
So this was, like I said, this is just a potential number. So the number of customers who were actually impacted was very, very small. However, so we went back for a period of about 3 months or so. So that number was a little less than 2 lakhs.
All right, Mr. Anand, if you could just tell us what are the measures that banks are taking now to avoid something like this going ahead. And also I want to understand, there'll be a small financial impact, but what kind of numbers are you all working with? And are you all seeing that maybe in fact there could be more such errors that could come in, or has everything been arrested as of now?
I think as far as this particular incident is concerned, I think all parties, whether it is the various banks, the ATM switches, NPCI, I think everybody has gotten together, and as it looks currently, it looks like it's in control. Various banks have used various methodologies to tackle this issue. People have blocked cards and issued fresh cards. People like us have asked customers to reset their PIN, and also we have communicated with customers to use some basics, which is that they should reset their PIN or passwords on a regular basis, typically at 3-month intervals, and use different numbers every time, and not the same numbers. Ensure that you're watching the transaction SMSs that you're receiving on your mobile phone, and if you think that any of these transactions don't pertain to you, come back to the bank quickly, and the bank will work with the customer to be able to, one, isolate the problem, investigate the problem, and in most cases return the money to the customer as well.
So, Rajiv, just to go back to the number, you said potentially there were 2 lakh customers who could have been at risk, and therefore the bank took the preemptive measures that it did. Did you actually also receive complaints of actual unauthorized transactions? Because we did catch up with NPCI in the morning, and they said that about 150 complaints had been received system-wide. So I'm trying to understand if anything of the sort was reported at your end.
Yes, it's fair to say that some of the transactions out of that 150 would be with Axis, but that number is very small.
Okay.
But I think the other question that you also asked was about the financial impact, etc. I think the financial impact is not material at all. However, I think I just want to reassure our customers that as long as you do some basic do's and don'ts, change your PIN numbers, passwords, etc. Do not share that with other people. I think if you use some of these basics, I think it's fair to say that banking transactions, whether it's at an ATM or internet or mobile, are absolutely safe.
Okay, Rajiv, we hope to have you back on at 4:30 as well, because that's where we are doing